Hi, hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. We're obviously here for an unhaul, and I have so many books that they're stacked on top of this box and some of them just fell over. But I finally have my library office set up and put a ton of books on my shelf. And then I was putting a bunch up there and I was like, you know what? I need to unhaul more. My unhaul pile was looking pretty pitiful. There was like maybe 10, 15 books. I don't know how many, I will count. But right now, I don't know if you can see this. I've got this box and I've got this box, plus the ones that fell behind there. So we have much. We have much to go through. Ooh, greasy forehead. Okay. I wonder if this is the best. There's a Nigel. I'm trying to find the best angle here. You can see a little shelf in the background. My shelves are not organized yet. I'm sure that'll drive some of y'all bonkers because it's really just a clusterfuck at this moment, but we're going with it. Okay, hey, boo-boo. I'm sitting on Nigel's bed. I got him a new bed for in here from Costco. It was on sale. Say hi. Say hi. Okay. Whew. All right. I ended up, Nigel, please stop licking yourself. Okay, I ended up taking out 2 sacks and they were kind of just thrown in there, and I probably should organize it. So if for some reason you want any of these books, the ones that I think are in good enough condition, I am gonna put up on my Pango shop. That will be linked down below. And then the rest, I really want to, I know that they exist. I really want to send like appropriate ones to like a prison reading project if I can. Anyway, let's go through these. There's so many, no more time to dilly-dally. Let's get some water. Okay, I have been toying with this for a long time, but I'm finally gonna let Outlander go. So I have Outlander, which is the first. These are all freaking huge. And I love the simplicity and the color of these, but it's just gotta go. I've been trying to tell myself I was gonna read Dragonfly and Amber for years, and I haven't. And so I have the first, the second, and I think this is the 5th or the 6th one. And if I do wanna read them, I can get the Kindle or the audiobook. I just don't see myself getting to these anytime soon, like in the next year or 2. So they just need to go. They're in decent condition. I mean, I got them, I might have bought this one new and got these 2 used, but they're big floppies and they're going to go. So sorry. Kiss for Midwinter, I read this and I really did enjoy it, but I'm not going to reread it. So that's a novella. Okay, I have not read The Ones We're Meant to Find, and I feel bad. Very cute in pages. So I bought this new, really wanted to support the author, but I just haven't gotten around to this. And again, I can read it from the library. I don't think it's something I'm gonna love and wanna keep. So somebody else can have this edition. I also have Dry by Neil Shusterman and his son Jared, which I actually really love this book, but I like know what happens, and this isn't one I'm gonna reread. So again, a really great copy because I think I just listened to the audio, so I never read this. Get that out. I have some random Karen Slaughter because at one time I was like, oh, I'm gonna collect them all. But like, there's just such varying editions. Like I have this super old one of Indelible. Then I have this newer one of The Good Daughter. Like, ooh, that is sticky. I'm gonna have to clean that off. Like in great condition, but I mean older by like the cover. She has so many books at this point. I haven't come across many that I would want to reread. And if I do, I can get it from the library. So I just don't need these. And I have more somewhere. They're just not all together. But I'm gonna try to organize like hardcovers and stuff. Then I have ARCs, which some ARCs that I have that I don't want to keep, I'll probably put in a free little library. There is one that I went to before, but I really want to put one in my neighborhood, but I don't know if I have Andrew is tired of me and my projects. I don't know if he would want to build me one. But anyway, The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. I did enjoy this one. It's not my favorite of the books I've read from her, and this is an ARC. I just don't need to keep it. I'm really grateful that my friend Erin sent it to me, but I will be giving that away or like putting it in a free library. This memoir by Amy Poehler, which I really wanted to keep for the longest time. I think this one I'm just gonna put in a free library because it has like highlights and stuff in it. I really do like Amy Poehler, and this was a really fun memoir to read. I read it a long time ago. I just don't need to keep it. I have some randoms, like, I don't know why I picked this up. All Systems Red by Martha Wells, the first one to Murderbot, because I really do enjoy Murderbot, but I just don't feel like I need to own all of these. I did get this one free, but the price Tor be charging for these novellas, I'm not buying the rest. So I don't know why I don't need to keep that. I have a Monster Calls. This is the movie tie-in edition. I have a regular one that I'm keeping because I loved this book, even though it ripped me to shreds, so I don't need this movie copy. I got Legion by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know if this is 3 short stories together or if it's just one, but it's a different story outside of the Cosmere. I do want to read it, but again, I just grabbed a free copy because I have no sense. So I'll just put this in a little free library, but I just don't like this, or I could put this, I have to organize these books. I don't like this little pocket thing. Like, why did I pick it up? I don't know. I don't know why I am the way I am, okay? Then I have a couple by Karen Marie Moaning. I have Dream Fever and Dark Fever. They're just hideous, okay? They're ugly. They're ugly. If I want to reread these, which I probably will sometime in the future, I could just listen to the audio or get the ebooks. These are just, unless they came out with a nice new set where they were all cohesive covers, because these are people on here and this is her on this one, and I'm just like, no. Donation. The Fault in Our Stars. This is the only John Green book that I read and liked. And I do like it, but I'm not going to reread it because I probably won't like it upon reread. And if for some reason I really feel the need to consume this story, I'll watch the movie. And I think this is writing in it. Okay, donate. This is a sort of Kaigen. I have another copy. This one was like, there was some damage to it. Amazon sent me another one, like it's bent and whatever, and some staining on the back. But overall, it's a decent copy, like someone could still read it. And again, I have a paperback. I backed the Kickstarter, so I'm gonna be getting the special edition, so I don't need this one. Oh my God, this is gonna take forever. So I have 2 of these, so I don't need both for a while because there's character cards in the back. I was telling myself that I needed 2 because I would take the character cards out of one and have the other one, but like I could just look at them if I want to, because what am I gonna do with the character cards? So this one, definitely gonna sell. I also have Book of Night by Holly Black. This is the Fairy Loot one, so it does have art in the inside, very nice, naked hardcover, but this book was terrible and I do not want it, but maybe somebody will. So I'm gonna put that up as well because I can't even stand to look at it, honestly, like Holly. Let's talk about it. I've got this random copy of Dorian Gray. This was like in an Alchemy and Ink box. It's really thin and floppy. I've got this paperback version of Kashiel's Dart, which I do want to read eventually, but I'm not going to read this short, chunky paperback. No, thank you. The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. I read this. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I would reread this. I do want to read the other ones in like the series. I know they're not like, I think they're more companion novels, but I don't need this any longer. Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I think I have another one, or Gillian Flynn, in here. I read this, enjoyed it. Gone Girl is still my favorite out of the 3 that I've read, and so I have this one and the other one, Sharp Objects, I think. And I'm not gonna reread it. I did keep Gone Girl though, because that was an experience. That was an elite experience for me. Ooh, child. Okay, let me get some more. I have this big copy of Little Women. I don't know why. It has some, you know, illustrations in it and stuff, but I just don't need it. I don't love Little Women like that. You know, like I don't need that, so I can go. Also, another paperback of Shadow Fever. This is my favorite book out of this series by Karen Marie Moaning, but I have a hardcover that I like better, so I'm keeping that one. And this can go. James and the Giant Peach. Loved this story when I was younger. I don't need this anymore. Island of Blue Dolphins. Same, like, you know, excuse me, I was a youth and I don't need that anymore. A Wrinkle in Time. I have the series. I don't know why I got the graphic novel. I don't read graphic novels, and this would be perfect for some child somewhere. Same with this collection of the Chronicles of Narnia. I have read this, but I have beautiful editions now. I do want to get another set of just like normal, maybe paperback ones that I could read, because the beautiful ones I'm not touching. But I just got this at Goodwill. Oh, yeah, this is a donate. I just got this at Goodwill for a few dollars, so pass it along to someone else. Mere Christianity. I bought this at a different time in my life. It is by, you know, C.S. Lewis. And I'm sure that I could still find something, but I don't want to, so no. No. House of Leaves. I attempted to read this, I DNF'd it. I don't think this is for me. This is just way too much fucking time. This is an expensive ass book and I need someone to buy it. So hopefully someone on Pango will buy it. I'm not gonna reread it. I read it a long time ago. So let it go, let it go. Weird Kid. I do want to read this middle grade, but I was like, I don't need it on my shelf, you know? And I could give this to some little kid. They can pick that up out of the free library. Carolina Moon by Nora Roberts. This is a paperback I got for like 25 cents. And I read it. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I'm going to reread it. So pass that on. Here's that other Gillian Flynn, Sharp Objects. Again, not my favorite. Or, you know, Gone Girl. It just can't surpass that. So why keep it? Yet another Karen Marie moaning. What are these called? These little things that I'm not going to read. Then I have these that were damaged in the move when we moved to Sicily. And yes, for some reason I still have them. Oh my God, you know what? What do y'all do? Because I just remembered why I still have this book, because I bought this book when I went to Phoenix at Changing Hands. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to. I think people were on Instagram were talking about it at the time. That was like in 2017, 2018. But it got like bent and it's never like gone back to its normal size. So I don't know. I always feel like I don't want to unhaul books that I bought on a trip because it's like my memento. I'm gonna put that one to the side. I gotta think about it. But this one, Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. Ooh, there's a nice bookmark in here. Is one, so I can read this from the library if I like it enough. I can buy a new copy, but it's just like warped and I hate it. I hate it. When I read this, 2016, 2017, I really loved it. I've been wondering if I would feel the same way if I read it now, but I actually don't want to do that. I'm just gonna leave it at what I remember, and I'm not gonna reread it, so I don't need this one. And then I have this series, which I think is a really fun series. I don't see a lot of people talk about. And it is the Firebird trilogy, I think it's called. So, which one's the first one? 1,000 Pieces of You, I think. 10,000 Skies Above You. And A Million Worlds With You. One, I hate that two are paperback and one's hardcover, but obviously I could just buy the paperback of the third one now that that's out. But I don't know if I would reread this series. If I did, I don't need to own them because like it's a fun series. And I read this a long time ago, like when I was first getting back into reading. So I don't know if I would enjoy it as much as I did the first time because we got some insta love. We got the kind of a love triangle. I don't know if I would love that. So let me pass it on. And then there's could be some teen that does love these. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that was the first box. Let me get some water and then we get to start on this other one. I got this copy of Charlotte's Web that I probably got at Goodwill and I don't need that. I have this of On the Come Up. I listened to the audio, didn't love this one. Perfectly good copy there. I purchased Lifelike by Jay Kristoff and it came with bookmarks and I think a map, and I just have lost all interest to read this. I have so much other sci-fi I could read, so I'm gonna let that go. This edition of Strange the Dreamer, because it's ugly. It's hideous. I hunted down the UK edition and this is ugly. I mean, I detest this cover so much. So goodbye. Blackout. This book wasn't that great. It does have a really cool naked cover. So hopefully some youth can find that and they can love it. See, another random Karen Slaughter, Fallen. Just don't need that. The Book Thief. I enjoyed it when I read it. Would I enjoy it now? I don't know. Pretty Girls. Really like this one. Don't know if I need to reread it though. Ooh. And then I have this edition of King of Scars. I do have two of them. My other one has my tabs in it. And although I do really like this naked cover, this was the Illumicrate version. I just did not love this book. And I haven't read Rule of Wolves. Like maybe will one day. I don't even know. So I do have the other King of Scars. I can't seem to part with that yet, but I do have. This one is gonna go. It's beautiful, but it's gonna go. Another copy of Little Women. Like, what am I? That doesn't make any sense. I don't need it. another Karen Marie Monet paperback or mini market, whatever it's called. And then Black Sun. This one, it hurts because I really did enjoy Black Sun, and I love the maps. I love this cover. And I'm like, I don't know if I should keep it because I love the cover, but like, I don't know if I would want to reread Black Sun. I did not love Fevered Star, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about the end. So I think I'm just going to get rid of this. It's a beautiful cover though, but I just don't feel compelled to keep it. I got this book so long ago. I think this is a World War II young adult historical fiction, and I'm like, I don't want to read that. I read The Invention of Wings. It was good. I don't really remember much about it. Don't eat that. I bought this edition of Roots years ago. Have never read it. I don't know if I'm ever going to have the mental space to read this book. I don't know. Maybe one day. This was such a good thriller. Like, this end is unforgettable. So I'm never going to read it again because I already know what happens. But this is a good thriller. That's a good thriller. Okay, and then this one was also kind of hard, but this trilogy of Shadow and Bone, I'm never gonna reread these, like, or if I do, it's really just for Nikolai, and I would probably just want to read his parts. And while I do love these covers, I just don't care to keep them anymore. I have a really pretty French version of the first one, and honestly, I would buy the other 2 editions of the French version. Now that I would reread when I finally do start practicing my French, because that would be a great way to read a familiar story, but these I don't need anymore. All right, another arc to be donated, Star Eater. I was really excited, and it did not hit like I thought it would. Ethan Frome, when am I gonna I'm not rereading that. This old copy of The Outsiders, I have a pretty one. Did I read this? Yeah, I read this. It was a fine thriller. I really don't need thrillers because I'm not gonna reread it. World War II historical fiction. You know, like, I got this, and I have another one by Tana French, and I've been telling myself to read it for years, and I have not read either one, so it's like, let it go. Another arc to donate. This is like the second one, maybe, in a series, and I haven't read the first one, and I don't really want to, so I'm gonna put that over there. This one does hurt, The Killing Moon by N.K. Jemisin. I have not read the second one. I don't know if I will, but I didn't really enjoy this, so as much as I love Nora, I'm gonna let that go. This Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. The hardcovers came back in stock, and so I have that, so I don't need this paperback anymore of the UK cover, but it is beautiful. The City We Became by Nora as well. This hurts, but this was just not for me. Look, I'm just finding all my bookmarks in these books. Yeah, this was not for me. I don't need to say any more about that. Dune, I did it. I read it. It's over. Get out. Another mini market. What are these called? Gideon the Ninth. I wanted it to be for me. I did, and it was not. The Goblin Emperor. Same. I wanted to love this. I did not. And then I have this, the Barnes & Noble special edition of A Darker Shade of Magic, which I bought before I read the series. Of course I did. And I do not care for the series, so I don't need this any longer. But yeah, it's got some art on its end pages, so that'll be fun for somebody. The BFG, a story I loved as a child. Not reading that anytime soon. Where's that? That's going over there. Dark Matter. No matter what Angela says, I really enjoyed this, but I'm not going to reread it. Here's the other Tana French, The Likeness, which is a brand new copy. And yeah, I feel like I've heard mixed things about Tana French's writing. So maybe one day I'll borrow these from the library. I have this, I thought I got rid of all of my Nancy Drew, but magically I have the first one. And so I don't need that, excuse me. I have this nonfiction that was sent to me unsolicited. It is an arc. It says My First 30 Years. About Gertrude Beasley? I don't know. I'm just gonna donate it. I have this random Beyond the Body Farm, where the cover was so bad I took it off. I got it off of Thrift Books. Just gonna listen to the audiobook. This book that my therapist gave me on how to be happy, look. That's, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and donate that for somebody else to work on. Or I might throw it in the trash. Did I write in it? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna throw it in the trash. I don't want it. I'm sorry. I don't. Hood feminism. I feel torn about this one. And I have written in it, so I'm just gonna like put that whatever in donate. I just didn't feel like this was revolutionary for me at the time that I read it. I had read a lot of other books that I feel like covered a lot of this stuff and better, but I think this is a good introduction book for a lot of people. And then Conflict is Not Abuse. This book was something. Sarah Schulman is something. And I was holding on to it because there were some parts of it that I really did like and marked, but I don't need to keep it. I'm not gonna go back to this. Oh, I have this big old Robinson Crusoe book. It has like illustrations and it's like a massive print, and it, you know, it's got art, it's got sprayed edges, if you will, or whatever. I don't know what they used to call them back in the day. So I feel like this is good. Some parent can read this to their kid, you know? Wow, my donate pile is higher than my sell pile. That's fine, that's fine. And then I have Aurora Rising. I did enjoy this. I did read the second one, which was fine. And I just listened to that on audio. I didn't buy it. So if I do listen to the third one, which I think is the final one, I could just listen to it on audio. I don't need to keep that. And then Legendborn, I am not gonna go into detail. We do not need to talk about that. I did not love this book. I have a lot of issues with it, but I know there's people who love it and great for them. But I bought it hoping I was gonna love it and I did not. So it needs to go. And I think that's everything. Holy shit. Now, let me count all of these. Give me a moment. Also, tell me down below how many books you think this is before I tell you. This is only 85 books. How am I supposed to have a striking title or of my video like unhauling over 100 books when it's only 85? Maybe I can lie. I do think that's it. I don't have any at the moment. Of course, I'll probably add on to this in the new year at some point. Maybe I'll do, I don't know if I would do a normal quarterly haul, but maybe like twice a year I can do a big unhaul. Or actually, maybe I should do it more frequently so I don't have a bunch to do at once. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, if you were interested in any of these, not all of them are gonna be on my Pango books, but a good many are gonna be on my Pango books. I have about 38 that I put on the to sell side, and I will again link that down below. When's the last time you unhauled? How many books did you get rid of? Do you have an unhaul coming up? What do you do with your books? Tell me all the things. I hope you're doing well. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.